What's going on, everybody? It's ATC, that's Adam Talks Cars. Today I'm going to be doing a quick walkthrough of the NX 350 F Sport. Let's get it. The 22 NX F Sport is an extremely good looking car in my opinion. I think they killed the redesign. I thought the old one was pretty ugly, and I think the 22 is one of the best looking compact crossovers on the market, especially with the F Sport package. This is the F Sport handling, so your performance difference is really going to be in the adaptive variable suspension. Besides that, the F Sport package is really mostly for appearance. You get a more menacing front grille. It's going to be hard for me to get a good angle on that. Get larger rims, they're blacked out. You got the F Sport badge on the side. Really, really clean. Very clean appearance on this car. You have the light bar across the back. And all NX 350s come standard with all-wheel drive. Okay, really, really good looking car. This is ultrasonic blue. This is the first one I've seen in this color, and I am quite impressed and quite pleased. This area above the wheel is body colored, whereas normally it's like a black or a dark gray plastic. But on the F Sport, they body color it, and I think that makes a big difference in the appearance of the vehicle. An interesting change with these new 22 NXs is instead of having a door handle that actually moves, there's just a button on the back and you press that button to release. The door handle itself is like basically permanently in place. The door handle does not move at all. It doesn't budge. It's just a button on the back to open. And then once you're in, to exit the car, you press on this handle. If the car is dead or something and that mechanism's not working, you can double pull out the latch like this, 1, 2, and that will open it. If that mechanism is dead. You have memory seats, all your mirrors adjustments and lock and unlock and stuff. That's the same as basically in all of our models. Pops the gas cap, open and close the trunk. And you also have a little compartment for change, which is great, very useful, and found in all of our cars. The light stalk is basically the same as our other models. Right now it's set for DRLs on. This will turn the headlights on. So you see the headlights go on. There you go, very bright, very shiny, beautiful. The headlights, I don't know why anyone would ever need the high beams in this car. The headlights are insane. Auto will just turn on as needed, and then this is everything off. So you can see all the lights are off now. And for auto high beams, you press this button on the end and you'll see the symbol pop up right there for automatic high beams. Kind of hard to see which one it is, but it's the one on the far left, and I'll turn that off. Once you get inside the car, I'll close it up. It's nice and quiet. I'll back my seat up so we can get a better view here. All right. Let's see if we can see the heads-up display. Yes, we can see the heads-up display. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, okay? So you control that heads-up display with these directional arrows on the steering wheel. So I'll zoom back out. And right now it's showing the speed. You see as soon as I touch the touchpad, you can move around to your phone, go to the next song. This is for your voice commands, your push to talk button basically. And then you just would press the directional arrow on here that corresponds to select it. And you can see the voice commands pops up on my screen. So that's how you navigate the heads-up display. And then for your cruise control, in other NXs without the heads-up display option, you have physical buttons here for your cruise control. But now, I'll zoom back in. The cruise control is done.
Having trouble understanding you.
Hey, don't interrupt me, man. Back off. All right, so these directional arrows on the right side of the steering wheel correspond to your cruise control. So this will change the mode of your cruise control. This will set the distance for your radar cruise control. And then that, if I go to the left again here, so the button here, it'll highlight. So when I have my finger on this button, it highlights on that screen, okay? And then you also see the speedometer, and it'll show you what gear you're in right there. Speedometer and what gear you're in. And that will always be up there, basically. Down here, we have our gear selector and our drive modes. For the gear selector, it's definitely new and unique compared to our past vehicles. Right now, we're in park. If we want to go into drive, we push to the side and pull down. That'll bring us in drive. And then I let go. It goes back to the center, stays in drive. And drive will be displayed, the little D underneath our speed there. I go back here. I want to go to reverse. I go to the side, push up, that puts me in reverse. And for manual, first I have to go to drive, and then from here I just pull straight down again. That puts me in manual. To put the car in park, all you do is press this P, and once you put the car in park, you'll see on your gauge cluster here on the far right, you'll see in red letters park. That means the parking brake is on. So the parking brake in this car, like all other Lexus models, is completely automatic. You never need to press it. If the car's in park, your parking brake's on, and if the car goes in drive or reverse, the parking brake comes off. Above the gear selector here, you have your drive modes on this knob. You have Eco, which will save you some MPGs on the highway, and it will also weaken the strength of your climate controls. It's important to keep that in mind. Pushing this button puts it in normal. So let's see on here, if I twist for Eco, that's Eco. It'll say on the bottom on the left there, Eco. And then I push for normal. And then I twist right for sport, which all of the NXs will have the sport mode. But since this is an F Sport handling pack, if I twist to the right again, it goes Sport Plus. And my tachometer now is a bar across the top, which is pretty cool. So those are your driving modes, and you get that fourth driving mode with the F Sport package. I'll go back into normal. Tachometer will look like that. Beautiful. The screen is huge and tremendous. It's so responsive. I was really worried that it would be kind of difficult to navigate, but the responsiveness of the screen makes it a lot easier than I was anticipating. Once you download the app and you connect to your account, you press here, your navigation will automatically come up here, but that won't show up until you're logged in on your account and have your phone connected. This will bring you to your audio source. Right now it's set to Bluetooth, but I can change sources. That's the last Bluetooth device that was connected. I can go to the radio, and that'll bring me to the radio. Right now it's just static, and then you could press whatever channel, and then from there you can scan for the next channel or press scan here. Okay? And this is your volume knob. You do have a physical volume knob. That's one of the few controls in this car which is physical. Basically everything else besides that, and then your temperature here, is done through the screen. When your phone's connected just for Bluetooth and not like for wireless CarPlay or anything, your contacts and stuff will show up on this screen. But I find that the customers who've been buying this car instantly connect for Apple CarPlay, and Apple CarPlay will show up in the top left above the navigation. And then this kind of, when you press the phone, it just says the CarPlay logo, basically, and just says go to CarPlay, because your phone calls and your music will all be done through CarPlay and not the Bluetooth connection. Even though the CarPlay is now completely, totally wireless. You do not need to be plugged in to use Apple CarPlay in the 22 NX, which is a nice quality of life boost. These are where like all your vehicle information is. I can go back here, and the driving assist here. Okay, let me go back. Driving assist shows all the different safety features. So the safe exit assist is new in the Lexus Safety System 3.0. That'll prevent you from being able to open the doors if a car is driving past. That's nice on like busy streets. So even if you're not paying attention, the car's paying attention for you. That's really nice. And it has improved pedestrian detection. Also has new in Lexus Safety System 3.0 is like turn assist. So when you're making turns through an intersection, it can detect pedestrians and cyclists and other vehicles as well. In the settings, this is where you'll connect to your account. You'll press get started, and then the car will text you a link, and then you click that link, download the app, you scan the QR code, and then your account is created in the car. And all of your settings that you save will be saved through that driving account, basically. In general settings, just, you can adjust the time. There's nothing too crazy. There used to be a lot more stuff in general settings in our past models, but I think they kind of spread it out more on this car. If you want to adjust the sound settings like bass and stuff, you go into sound and media, and then you go to sound tuning. That's where you'll adjust that. You can see treble, mid, bass. And in vehicle customize is where you'll see illumination. So this car is equipped with the ambient lights, so I can select, let's see, flare red. It's kind of hard to see because it's bright in here, but you can see the flare red showing up there. Also in the door handles, and then all the way down there in your footwells. On the other side too, you can see the slight red glow in the footwell. You can customize those. You can also set different zones to be different colors. This is the first Lexus that I know of with the ambient lighting, so it's nice that we finally have that, which like directly competes with the luxury competitors. Like BMW are very known for their, and Mercedes are very known for their ambient lighting, so it's nice that we have that finally. Yeah, so everything's done through this screen. Really, all of your climate controls now, no more physical buttons. It's all here. These do stay up constantly on the screen. Even when Apple CarPlay comes up, it just takes over this top portion and your climate controls remain down at the bottom. So it's not too bad. You know, I was a little bit concerned about the lack of physical buttons at first, but having the climate controls stay there makes it a lot easier. So the only place that I feel like I really want the physical buttons, but I don't have them, is for the radio. A lot of people now, I know, don't listen to the radio. They just listen to music from their phone, but for some reason I'm a weirdo and I like to listen to the radio and listen to commercials. I don't know why. That's a personal problem, but it is not the easiest to navigate the radio. I'm sure after I sit in this car a couple more hours, I'll get used to it and I would have no problems. This is a wireless charging pad down here, and that you can push in, and that just reveals like a little storage compartment. There's nothing in there except a 12-volt charger there, which is hard to see because it's dark. But I push on this, that'll close right back up. Underneath my gear selector here, I have this selection of buttons. This is the parking brake. You'll see that it automatically comes on when the car is in park. To take it off, you can just press this button down. You'll see now the parking brake is off, and to turn it back on, you just pull this up. And you kind of, I don't know if you could hear that. You hear that a slight mechanical whirring. That's the parking brake engaging. And then you'll see the park there. Comes up, beautiful on the right. You see that above your lights and your fog lights. This is a trail mode. This will increase your traction. This button here turns off traction control, which you would only ever want to do if you actually get stuck in the snow or in the mud and you need the wheels to spin faster. Your hold button is a brake hold, so you would press this, and then you'll see that symbol show up on your gauge cluster. And when you press your brake all the way down, yellow letters, it'll say hold, and at that point you could then remove your foot from the brake while the car is in drive and the car holds the brake. This here is like the auto stop. So this is the first of our cars that will turn off like when you're stopped at a red light, which I know a lot of people don't like, but it's just becoming the norm in the industry now. We just kind of have to deal with it and face it head on. So pressing this button will turn off the auto stop. So the engine will stay running when you stop at a red light, basically. And then this button here adjusts your gearing and your engine to handle hill descents better and more efficiently and safer probably as well. All right, so those are my thoughts on the 22NX. That was a quick review. If you have any questions about the vehicle, please do not hesitate to ask. I'll do my best to answer. That's probably gonna be the best way for me to learn about it. I think in this color with the F-Sport trim, it's an extremely attractive vehicle, which I don't think could be said about the last generation NX. It's a lot of tech packed in this car. Lexus is finally like leading the way and level, if not improved with the technology compared to its competitors, which is really, really nice to see. This car will definitely attract a younger consumer base than the majority of models in our lineup, which I'm pretty excited about. There's a lot to like here. There's really a lot to like. This one has the Mark, this car is loaded. It has the Mark Levinson. I don't know. I'm a fan. The 14-inch touchscreen, I think it will take some getting used to, but it's extremely responsive to the touch. It feels basically like you're using a phone. It's that responsive. All right, everybody, you know the deal. This was ATC. That's Adam Talks Cars. And I'll catch you in the next one. All right, take it easy. Peace. Bye-bye.